Hello, and welcome to the Comedy Science Podcast, where me, Ron, teaches comedian Laura Lexx science from the GCSE science syllabus with my normal me, Ron, and Laura.
Hello, that's me, comedian Sister Laura.
How's it going, Laura?
Oh, mate, it's very hot. Are you sweaty or have you showered?
I've showered because I hadn't showered for 3 days before this.
Oh, because you've been on a boat with Agony Dad.
I've been at sea for 3 days, yeah.
How was it?
It
Did
was
you
lovely.
drink rum?
We didn't drink rum, we drank gin. That's my Achilles heel.
Gin?
Yeah.
Dad doesn't drink gin.
He does when he's hanging out with the boys.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was you and the Gentle Twins.
Me and the Gentle Twins, Agony Dad. One Gentle Twin really impressed him. The other Gentle Twin he was ruthlessly mean to the whole time.
Oh, was it the one I'm mean to?
Yes.
Yeah. Me and Agony Dad have so much in common.
Such classic Agony Dad quotes as, do you enjoy making things look that difficult?
Nice.
Yeah, there was lots of that sort of chat.
Oh, Agony Dad. Well, I'm glad you had a nice time. You were sailing off the West Country over in the Bristol Channel?
Yeah, we wanted to make it to Lundy Island, but sorry, I got hair in
Dad said you didn't get up early enough in the morning to do that.
No, that's not... Well, we'd have had to get up at like 5 a.m. or something. So, while technically true, not reasonably possible.
Okay.
Yeah, we wanted to get to Lundy Island, but then that wasn't possible, so then we just went to... we went as far as Lynmouth on the North Somerset coast. And then we went up and we stayed in Oxwich Bay on the Gower Peninsula in Wales, which was one of the most surreal experiences of my life because Dad would, our dad, he's fucking been everywhere. And he was like, I've never been to the Gower Peninsula, on the boat, so let's go there. And me and the twins, we were like, oh, yeah, cool. Basically, whatever you say, Howard, you're sailing us around for the weekend. And then we got to this bay that was, famously very, very nice. And then we sailed in, we were like, this looks familiar. Oh, we've been here before.
Oh.
It just happened to have gone camping in the area and been to that specific beach that we parked up at.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Oh, fun.
How's your week been?
It was good. I was also down in the West Country.
Yeah.
You were in Brighton.
I was in Brighton while you were in the West Country.
Yeah.
I stayed at a dog shit hotel. It was awful.
I told you I'd leave you a key and you could stay at ours.
Yeah, but then I have to drag my ass out to the sticks where you live.
What hotel did you stay at?
All right. Whatever the opposite of here's a shout in, a whisper in for Block 74 in Brighton. It sucks. Don't go.
I've never even heard of that. Where is it?
It's because so I thought the event that I was going to was supposed to be in London, so I booked a hotel in London and then had to change last minute to Brighton. So it was very hard to get a hotel within the policy amounts. So it was like one of these self-service jobs. And you know when you stay in one of these places and they've spent far too much on interior design and not enough on the basics.
Yeah.
So
I always think the Penta Hotel is like that.
I don't know that one. But I walked in and I knew it'd be shit because there were earplugs on the bedside table. And then it wasn't a double bed, it was 2 single beds pushed up together.
I hate that.
Yeah, so kept rolling into the crack in the middle, black mould all over the ceiling of the bathroom. And the reason for the earplugs, not even just guest noise, which to be honest, because I sleep with headphones in anyway, listening to Complete Guide to Everything.
How did you fit the earphones in with the headphones?
Well, here's the thing, I didn't put the earplugs in. Yeah.
I understand.
So I don't really mind guest noise, but it was because I was right next to the front door, so people were slamming the door all night, which even with earplugs or
you can still feel the bed vibrations.
Oh, yeah. And so it's okay, how about instead of spending probably a couple of £100 on a fancy fake plant wall, why don't you get one of those things that closes a door slowly? You know, that cost you 25 quid, and you wouldn't have to buy earplugs for every person that stays in the place. Baffling.
Well, when the people in charge of that hotel hear this podcast and find out how miserable it is to stay there, they might make those changes, Ron.
Yeah, fucking hang your heads in shame, you stupid idiots.
Wow, vicious. Well, I hope you slept better on the boat. Are you looking forward to a night in your own bed now?
I am. I have one night in my own bed, and then I have to go to Leeds, and then I have to go to Manchester.
Goodness me, you're a jet-setting international traveller.
Yeah, I'm a very important man.
And then where are you going this weekend, Ron?
I'm going to London for the London Podcast Festival.
Don't sound sad about it. Sound happy about it.
I'm going to London for the London Podcast Festival.
That's better, mate. Yeah. Get your tickets, guys. Is this thing on? Get your fucking tickets. Anyway, Ron,
tickets.
We should do an episode now.
Yeah, this always happens when we've not spoken in a little while. We just have a catch up.
Yeah. I had pizza for dinner. It was really nice.
This is a chicken doner and chips that I was snacking at the beginning. That because I've not eaten since I had a pot noodle at about 1 p.m. and I'm fucking starving.
CSD3 update, Ron.
Oh, yeah.
Yum rank 98.
I've got a screen now, so as soon as my life isn't shit anymore... Yes, Yum rank 68, 1 off 69. It's 98. Very fun. 98? Fuck!
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm on the last segment. I've only got 30 levels to go.
Should I put you on some kind of watch for when you're done?
Oh, I thought for a second then you meant like a Mickey Mouse watch, you know, where his hands go round. Like you were going to make a watch with a photo of me on the face.
No, I was making a joke about you ending it all because you finished this game.
No, when I finish this, I'm going to make you play Minecraft again.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the screen now. After
the London Podcast Festival at 2 p.m. next Saturday, get your tickets.
Please buy tickets. No, after I go to watch the rugby in France at the end of this month, I actually have no plans to go away for a while. So I plan to spend a lot of time playing video games.
Wicked, I'll be there. But for now, listeners, here's your favourite hobby. Science.
Sype.
Okay. I've got so much toothpaste on my t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm determined to have a cheerful episode because I'm currently editing an episode that is just, I think it's last week's episode. It's just the bleakest thing I've listened to in ages. I'm just sad.
Are we just scrapping the whole time?
No, it's just the momentum maths mentum, and it's just sad, and you're cranky, and I can't do it, and you're not kind about that. It's just not fun.
To be fair, sometimes it's just like, come on, man, just do it.
I was trying, though, but it was like... Anyway, I don't want to talk about it again, because I'm still editing it. I've just been through it. It's horrible. So let's talk about something exciting.
Well, they were recording this right after we just recorded the Patreon books episode.
Yeah, that was nice. That was lovely. Like sitting
really
in a delicious meadow eating brownies.
I should explain to the listeners that aren't Patreon listeners that I've just gone back from a festival, which is why my voice is like this.
Yeah, he's not sick, so don't give him sympathy. He's just been shouting in a field.
Why are you so cross about it?
Because you're not being very professional for our podcast.
Neither are you.
No, I don't have to be. I'm not the teacher. Sound like a stuck elephant.
What are you typing about?
I'm not. I was actually deleting.
So, it's biology today, Laura.
Yes. That's our best chance of it being nice.
Can you remember what we've been covering in biology recently?
What?
Can you remember what we've been covering in biology recently?
Aerobic and anaerobic respiration.
Indeed, yeah. So we're gonna... there's 2 sections to get through that, kind of finishing off that. And then we're starting a new section, which you're either going to find really fiddly and annoying, or you're going to love?
I'm going to choose to love it. I choose love on everything today.
Cool.
I
Okay.
choose love. Now that you choose love, what are we gonna podcast about? Still science, but loving.
So we're going to do 4.4.2.12. I don't know why that makes you so cross.
This is so tedious. It's just like, who do you think's out there wishing that there was a podcast where a little boy with no voice reads numbers? Nobody's looking for that niche.
But it's the section that we're in. I'm not just...
Doesn't matter though. Nobody's reading along with the syllabus at home.
What if they were?
They aren't, Ron.
4.4.2.2. Response to exercise.
Response to exercise?
Yeah.
Sadness.
So, what happens when you exercise, Laura?
You get sweaty, you get skinny, you get tired, your knees hurt, people stare at you.
Sweaty, I'll take. Write down sweaty.
Okay. Sweaty, sweaty boy, sweaty, sweaty boy.
Okay, what else happens?
I listed fucking loads of them, Ron.
Yeah, but, think about it from like a 4.4.2.2 biology kind of way.
I did. Stop punching your microphone. Aye.
No, you didn't. Think some more.
Burn energy. Told you. Get skinny.
Yeah, but what else happens?
Let's just deal with the ones I've already listed.
No, because it's not part of it.
Okay. Well, you say some then.
No, you're the student.
Yeah, and I said loads of options. If you don't want to
Say
discuss them,
some
come up with your
more.
own.
I'm not coming up with any of it. I've got the fucking syllabus, your baggage.
Okay. Guide me then, as a teacher. What do you want me to say?
You're on a treadmill. What's happening to your body? You're running. You're sweating. Yes, that's one reaction that your body's having.
Yeah.
What else is happening?
It's getting tired. Said that.
Yes, so probably not looking for that then. Get up and do a bunch of star jumps.
Boobs are joggling. Your boobs are everywhere, and you're wishing you'd bought a better sports bra, but every time you look at them, they're expensive, and you think, I don't really want to spend £18 on a gross bit of foam. But then, when you start doing your star jumps, you think, I should have.
That's okay. That's something. What else happens?
Your muscles hurt.
Can you think of what happens to your heart?
It beats faster.
Yeah, your heartbeat's going to increase.
Okay. Heart beats faster. Oh, you breathe faster?
Yep, breathing rate increases. What else happens with your breathing?
Gets shallower.
Does it?
Yep.
Does it?
Yeah, panting.
That's not what happens when you exercise.
Yes, it is. You're like...
What the fuck are you talking about? No, you're not.
Yes, you are. That's what people running do.
They don't hyperventilate.
I didn't say hyperventilate. I said you breathe shallower when you've been exercising.
That's fucking ludicrous.
No,
What are
it
you talking
isn't. What are
about?
you talking about? You're not
You
doing
take
deep
big, deep
yogic
breaths.
breathing. Not when you're running.
Yes, you are.
No, you're not. That is a
You're bad.
wild idea. Just... Who's running like that? Nobody.
Everyone
Have you ever
else,
seen
mate.
an action film where the guy turns up like, hey, listen up, Ron, I've got some news. They're out of breath because they've been panting. Look at a
I
dog
don't-
once in a while, Ron.
I don't.
They're
That's a
panting.
dog. Because dogs don't sweat, so they pan.
Yeah. So do people.
Humans sweat. They don't pan.
They don't breathe deeply when they're running.
Yeah,
That is the psychoest thing you've ever said.
It literally says it in the syllabus.
Well, then they are fantasists. Go and watch a treadmill for a while. Maybe one person, like Sting, is there doing tantric breathing while he's running. The rest of us are, like, bleating away.
Hyperventilating.
Not hyperventilating. Stop changing it to hyperventilating. I said shallower breathing.
But that's not the case.
It is the case.
It's not.
It is the case.
You're fucking daft.
This is so stupid.
Of course you breathe deeper. Why would you breathe shallower?
Because you're out of breath, Ron. Because you're running.
This might be why you're not like a long distance runner, because you're apparently doing it quite severely wrong.
You can't breathe deeply while running.
I do when I'm on the treadmill.
Can't. You physically can't. You can't.
Yes, I can. Everyone can. This is fundamental. This is in the GCSE.
No, that's nonsense. You're going... Not...
No, because what you're just doing slow breaths there.
That's deep breaths.
You can do deep breaths quickly.
No, you can't, because you can't fill deeply quickly. You can only go halfway.
What's wrong with your lungs, mate?
They're busy when I'm running.
Can you just accept that your breath volume increases, though?
I don't know what that means, but I will not say that it's not shallower breathing.
What do you mean you don't know what that means?
Breath volume increases. Maybe your lungs get bigger or something. Fine. Whatever the science says, blood vessels expand.
You're sucking in more air and breathing out more air.
Maybe because you're taking more breaths.
No, your breath volume. The breaths get bigger.
No. I won't have that. I reckon maybe you take in more air because you're breathing quicker, but each breath is not bigger.
This is one of the most psychotic things you've ever said.
I feel like you are gaslighting me right now, because the idea that everybody else is just yogic breathing when running
No,
explains
don't change
so
it.
much.
Nobody said yogic breathing.
This is a mad discussion. I won't have it. We can do all the other stuff. I'll lose the mark on that. I will not accept that.
So, so heart rate, breathing rate, and breath volume all increasing. What is your body reacting to? Why is it doing those things?
Because otherwise you fall off the treadmill. Ron, be happy.
What's your body reacting to?
The running.
You're being quite cantankerous.
What's the question? What's your body reacting to? Phrase the question better, mate. I don't know what you're asking.
You're being quite cantankerous.
And you are being a really weird little guy.
Why don't you pull the thread a little bit more? What does exercising do to your body? Why? Let's take it one at a time. Why is your heart beating more?
Oh, because you've got to pump more blood round.
Why? What's in the blood?
Oxygen.
Yeah, absolutely. Why are we breathing more?
To get more oxygen in.
Yeah, and why are we taking bigger breaths?
We're not. Trico.
We are.
We're not.
We are.
We're not. We're taking more smaller breaths.
Where's the oxygen gone?
Into respiration.
Yeah, because our muscles are working overtime because we're running on the treadmill. We're taking big, deep, luxurious...
Stop winding me up if you want me to listen, because this is bollocks. We're taking in more oxygen. I will take that.
What happens if we run out of oxygen?
We die.
Immediately?
Some people, yeah. That's why you have to put that little clip on you on the treadmill, so that if you fall and it pulls the clip out and then the treadmill stops, your corpse doesn't get splattered across the wall.
I never put those on.
Well... I don't want you to die, but if you do, I hope it's on a treadmill so it's funny for everyone around you. What's the question? I'm sorry, Ron.
What happens if we run out of oxygen?
Anaerobic respiration.
Absolutely. And what's the product of anaerobic respiration?
Lactic acid.
Yeah, absolutely. So, respiration is essentially an oxidation reaction of glucose.
Like rust.
Yeah. Lactic acid or
Oh my God, it's muscle rust.
It's rusty sugar.
Rusty Sugar. Oh, that sounds like a character, doesn't it? Rusty Sugar came into my office. She had legs longer than the M5.
Oh, well, hello there, kids. Oh, I thought he was more of a kind of like a guy with a twinkle in his eye who sits by a crick on the bayou.
Oh.
My name's Rusty Sugar.
Let's both write Rusty Sugar books, and mine she's a...
100 patrons, Rusty Sugar, book off.
I thought we already had 100 patron thing. We're doing 2 episodes at 100 patrons. 101 patrons, we'll do a Rusty Sugar book off.
But no, we'll still have to do like an episode.
No.
Why not?
Won't.
Why not?
Because we've already promised them something, King of Promises.
Yeah, we're doing Rusty Sugar.
Yeah. Mine's going to be a femme fatale. She
Yeah,
sings at the
Rusty.
cabaret bar, but she's an indentured servant, and so she has to mop the floors at night, and then she sees a murder. Ah!
Mine's going to be about Rusty sitting on the porch next to the creek. Every day someone walks past and talks to him, but something's not quite right. I think maybe like a judge in the town has been accused of something.
Like Frollo in Quasimodo.
But
I'm picturing you as
stories-
happening in the Rescuers Bayou, by the way.
The story's told through conversations with Rusty Sugar as you're walking into
Don't
town.
write it like Cormac McCarthy, though. Put punctuation in.
No.
Yes, I can
I'll
already
write it.
see where you're going.
I'll write it however I want. Respiration is effectively an oxidation reaction of glucose, okay?
Okay.
So you can think of lactic acid production as being incomplete oxidation. So to get rid of it, we then need to fully oxidize it. And this creates what's called an oxygen debt. So when you're still breathing in loads after you've done some running and stuff, that's because you're catching up on the oxygen that you've foregone.
Gosh. And that has an effect on inflation, doesn't it, the debt?
You're not writing anything down.
No, we've been talking about the bayou. What was I supposed to write down there?
Yeah, probably nothing.
Oxidation debt? Was that it? I'll write that down.
Do you happen to know where...
I feel sorry for the word debt because the T is so out on its own. D-E-B. It's all nice and like a parallelogram thing, but then the T is just there. Don't like it.
One of the people I was with at this festival, they were just like a linguistics expert. I had some really fascinating conversations with them about it. And like there being a B in the word debt is apparently because of when like the Enlightenment happened, and like they all got obsessed with Greek and Rome and shit from back in the day. It's like they just inserted these random letters in because it like it's something to do with the Latin or the Greek or something, and they like brought it back to the root word or something because they'd have a B in, and before that it didn't have a B. Same with the S instead of a Z for a lot of stuff. We think of that as an Americanism, but it's actually we, the English language, decided to put those in rather than Americans changing it.
I think I knew that from the Etymologicon. That's a good book. Let's get your linguistics friend on the podcast.
I actually don't know them very well. I don't know how they were part of the group, but they were, and they were very, very nice.
Track them down.
It shouldn't be too hard. They had quite a unique name.
Well, I look forward to hearing back next week. Or maybe even in the outro, Ron. Made a little hammer out of the lid of my flask and a pen.
That's very nice. Do you know where lactic acid is dealt with?
In your stomach.
No, why would that be the case?
Just thought it was.
No, that's not where it is.
In your gallbladder.
No, that's not what the gallbladder's for.
And your kidneys.
Do you know what the gallbladder is for?
Weeing.
No, it's not.
No. Bravery.
It's not dealt with in the kidneys. Do you know what your kidneys are for?
No. Blood.
Do you really not know what your kidneys are for?
Weeing.
They do make piss.
Yeah.
You must remember the nephron.
The nephron. Is that in the kidneys?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the nephron.
Yeah. Kidneys.
Nephron and the moon. Top 2 things about this podcast.
Kidneys do make piss, but piss is a byproduct of cleaning the blood.
Yeah. Nothing quite like it for cleaning the blood. So follow me, follow.
It's just kind of occurred to me.
Nephron.
It's just kind of occurred to me that means that there's just quite a lot of piss in your blood.
Well, not piss. It's undiluted piss, isn't it?
Well, there's piss in the blood that's then getting filtered out.
No, I think whatever's in the blood gets taken out and mixed with water to make piss.
No,
Yeah,
it's not what happens.
it is because of a solution gradient. Remember, it goes into the water in the nephron.
No.
Because of the concentration gradient.
Yeah, but the water comes out of your blood.
No, it doesn't come out of your blood.
Yes,
the growth
it does.
comes out of your blood.
Yes, water comes out of your blood as well.
No.
Yes,
the
it
water's
does.
in the nephron.
Where does it come from in the nephron?
It's pumped round from. That's why you have to drink water all the time.
Why are you arguing? You don't know anything.
I do.
No,
But that's
you
why
don't.
if you don't drink very much, it's really
Laura,
dark. Yeah.
I am telling you.
I'm telling
that
you.
You're wrong.
You have been wrong about loads this episode.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
Like what?
You deep breathing, nephron.
Just because you, like, whenever you exercise, you're like a fucking kid running around in the sun, can't drink water out of a bottle, breathing all weird. Other people actually just exercise right. No, it's dealt with in the liver.
What is?
Lactic acid.
Oh.
Your liver is a wonderful thing.
Many wonderful things.
Do you know what the liver does with lactic acid?
Processes it back into glucose.
It does.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serial?
100%, no tricko. Yeah, that's what it does.
Whoa! End the episode now. I'm the smartest kid in class.
Yeah.
Is that why some people think liver is delicious, don't they? I don't.
I like offal and things like haggis and stuff, but I'm not a big fan of just biting into a bit of kidney. Yeah, so that's 4
I'm getting hungry. Are you hungry?
kind of.
I'm hungry.
I ate a whole loaf of bread yesterday.
Were you just cuddling it and pulling the middle out? You used to like doing that in the supermarket. You'd break the end off a baguette and then just hollow it out.
Yeah, I just ate it dry, ripped off hunks.
Ripped Off Hunks is a Chippendale tribute band.
I am. Although me and my friend Che, the other gentle twin, he and I think have nailed festy food because you want it to be tasty. I like it to be savoury, but I can never be faffing heating stuff up. A lot of tin food is really quite bleak when you just eat it cold out of a tin, but not tapas. So we had small plates.
Why don't you just go to one of the trucks and get food?
Just to save a bit of money. Like, you don't want to do that every meal.
Oh, okay. I've never stayed at a festival for more than about 24 hours.
Yeah, so like we had like stuffed vine leaves out of the tin because you just want to eat. You want to eat those at like room temperature, so it was perfect.
Ron, you're the smartest boy I've ever heard about.
Yeah. All right. So that was 4.4.2.2. Now we're moving on to 4.4.2.3, which is metabolism.
Uh-oh.
What can you tell me about metabolism?
It is about how fast you process sugar, isn't it?
Kind of. That's sort of how it's that's kind of like how it's talked about in sort of modern parlance quite a lot. But that's not what it is. Like people say fast metabolism or slow metabolism and stuff.
If I was on QI, it'd be like, if you've got a fast metabolism, you're skinny. Wah, fuck you, Alan Davies. You know?
Yeah. Your metabolism is just the summation of all of the reactions happening in a cell or in a body. It refers to everything.
What do you mean everything? What?
It's the sum of all of the reactions in a cell or body. So
What
it refers.
reactions? What reactions?
What do you mean? What reactions? All of the reactions that are going on.
What? Like what? Apart from lactic acid, like what?
Name a thing that happens in a cell.
Respiration?
Yeah, that's a reaction.
Yeah. What other ones?
Name something else that happens in a cell.
Cell wall.
Is that a thing that happens, or is that a cell wall?
I don't think anything else happens in them. Flagellum?
Again, that's a thing.
Mitochondria?
You're listing things, not reactions.
Photosynthesis?
That's a reaction.
What else happens in a human cell?
Can I ask you something?
Not if it's rude.
Okay, I won't then.
What else happens in a human cell apart from respiration?
You tell me.
I don't know, Ron. That's why I'm asking you.
Think back to something that's in a cell.
I just fucking listed loads of them and you stared at me like I'd just come out from under a rock with my tits in a clamp.
What's in the nucleus?
In a cell is the brain? I don't know what's in there, but it's like the brain, isn't it? Wait, no, I do know what's in there. It's an envelope, and it's got the DNA in it.
Very good. What's DNA for?
Who you are.
All right,
I don't actually know what DNA is for.
Simba, oh my god. You don't know what DNA is for?
No.
You never wondered?
Reproducing? No, I don't care.
It codes for proteins. Proteins are in cells.
Oh yeah, ATP.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
how
maybe-
fast how efficient your cells are is your metabolism.
No, it's got nothing to do with efficiency.
How fast they are.
No, it's nothing to do with how fast it is.
What is it?
When we started talking about this, I said that's kind of how it's modernly spoken about, but it's not that. It's the sum of all of the reactions happening in a cell or body. But let me finish my point with the DNA. So DNA codes for proteins. What do you think? Like, protein synthesis, that's a reaction. DNA synthesis, that's a reaction. Breaking all of these things down, reactions. Making of a cell wall, reaction. Making of a fluid mosaic, a reaction.
Yeah. I'd just forgotten that all those things were happening, that's all. What does the
What goes on in a cell apart from the lactic acid is one of the daftest things that you've said on this podcast. Like they're just empty buckets of lactic acid.
I didn't think they were empty buckets. I just couldn't remember. Where are you going?
I need to charge my phone.
Not now, you don't.
I do.
Why?
Because I'm using my phone.
What does the sentence, the sum of all the reactions happening in your body, mean?
I don't understand. It's just the metabolism is all of the reactions that go on.
So it isn't really anything.
No, it's everything.
But it doesn't mean anything.
What are you talking about?
But if it's not like how efficient it is or how fast it is, it's just that they're happening. What use is that? Why do you call all the reactions a metabolism? Why does it need a name for all of them happening? What does that mean? Do you know what I mean?
Why does anything need a name?
But because why would you be referring to all of your reactions happening at once?
But you're not often talking about all of them at once, but the metabolism just describes all of the reactions in a body. And then, so for example, you could describe metabolic processes, and then those metabolic processes are different to other processes.
I don't really like that as much as what I thought it was before. It's like saying someone's an Olympic athlete and you're like, fucking tells me nothing about them, mate. Are you running or throwing a shot put? No idea. It's very vague.
No, this is such a departure from normal thinking.
I don't really... Yeah, sure, fine, that's what your metabolism is. It's just your body cracking on. But it doesn't really... I don't know.
You're really embodying Jez from Peep Show quite a lot today.
That's not kind. He's the thick one.
Yeah, you are the thick one.
I can't believe you don't know what I mean. It's just... It just doesn't... I don't know. It's just so broad.
Do you know what an ecosystem is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that just describes all the things that live in a place. Why would we want to name that? Or like a population. That's just all the people that are in a place. Why would we ever be talking about all of them at once?
That makes sense, because you can say population's 90 or population's 20,000, and then you can go, oh, that's bigger or smaller. But metabolism is just them happening. Metabolism isn't like the word population, it's like the word people.
Why?
Because it's not a measure of anything.
Why? Why isn't it?
Because it isn't. You just said it wasn't.
What?
I said it's how efficient they are or how fast they are or whatnot, and you said, no, it's just...
But you can have a fast metabolism or an efficient metabolism, but the metabolism just... It's not a description of that.
Sure. All right. I'm just sad about it. I liked it better before. I'm hungry.
So...
My gel pens smell all fruity. And Tom's been to Sainsbury's while we've been recording this, and I know there's going to be delicious treats in the fridge when I go downstairs.
I'm hungry too.
I really like your ceiling rose, Ron. It's a lovely period feature.
Thank you very much. Energy transferred by respiration in cells is used by the organism for the continual enzyme-controlled processes of metabolism that synthesize new molecules.
I wasn't listening because I was thinking about the lawnmower in the background. Can you say that again so that I can understand it?
Okay.
The sun keeps going in and out in your room, and you are flicking in and out in lightness. It's weird. What did you say? Sun processes the flowers? Molecules?
No, I didn't say that. The energy... So the energy that we get from respiration, essentially what it's saying is that this is used for continual enzyme-controlled processes of metabolism that synthesize new molecules.
Wait, slow down there. Is used for enzyme metabolisms. What?
And it's not enzyme metabolisms. Enzyme-controlled processes of the metabolism.
Enzyme-controlled processes
of metabolism that synthesize new molecules.
Oh my god. What is this jargon? Enzyme-controlled processes of metabolism.
Yeah.
Jeebus. That synthesize new processes? Synthesize what?
Why are you
New molecules?
New molecules, yeah. Why are you reacting to this like I've just shown you a new book of the Bible and your face is melting off?
Because
these are
that
all
was
words
just a lot
you
of
know.
words.
These are all words you know.
Yeah, but you just spun them out super quickly, and I just needed to process what they meant.
Yeah, because I'm a top fucking lad.
You're not. You're just reading out of a book. Doesn't mean you know it, according to you.
I do know it. That's the difference between you and I, my fine feathered friend. So, break that down for me. What does that mean?
No idea, Ronnie.
That's why I'm saying break
So
it down.
what's food for? If you get your energy from respiration, what's food for?
What do you need for respiration, mate?
Oxygen.
And?
Glucose?
Yeah.
Got ya, okay. Oh, so you have to breathe and eat. Okay. Yeah. The energy from respiration is used...
Starting to think that was cruel to Jez from Peep Show, to be honest.
I've always felt more of a super Hans. Is used for enzyme-controlled processes that synthesize new molecules. So you use enzymes to do stuff and make new molecules.
Yeah.
Like maybe you need hydrogen for stuff, so you break it down with enzymes.
So, very rarely, it wouldn't necessarily be hydrogen, but that sort of thing. So, yeah, you're always breaking stuff down. Can you remember what the building blocks of different things are called? Do, 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 do.
Monomers. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. So usually you're working with small building blocks like that rather than tiny little atoms like a hydrogen atom, because if you cast your mind back, hydrogen atoms are just a proton on their own, so they are infinitesimally small on the scale of a cell. So you tend to deal with bigger stuff, but yeah, effectively. Any other part of that tripping you up at all?
No.
I'm going
to need some glucose when we finish doing this. I hope Tom's bought boosts.
It lists off a couple of reactions that that are part of the metabolism. Some of them that we've covered before, some of them that we have not covered before.
Ooh, new ground.
Conversion of glucose to starch, glycogen, and cellulose.
Okay.
Write that down.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Glucose to what?
Starch, glycogen, and cellulose.
Glycogen.
Glycogen.
That sounds like a sort of spa that they'd go to in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
So I'm just going to double check this, but I'm pretty sure glycogen is basically like our version, like animals' version of starch. So it's another polymer made out of sugars. I think it's just not quite as dense as starch, so it's more of a kind of medium-term storage. Rather, we're not saving it for winter, we're saving it for the next time that we exercise, effectively, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
And then you know what cellulose is, obviously.
Yep.
Go on.
Cell is plant sugar.
What does that mean?
Like the sugar that plants need to make cells. Cell wall. Cellulose.
You're saying a lot of things. What do you think it is?
That is it. That's what I think it is.
But just say it in a sentence, not a haiku.
That was a sentence.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, you said it's the sugar that plants need. Cell wall cellulose.
Yeah, it's the sugar that plants need to make cell walls.
Yeah, so it's not a sugar, it's a polymer made up of glucose. But yes, it is the building.
That is a sugar.
Not when it's up. Starch isn't a sugar, starch is made of sugar.
Same thing.
Fucking hell, mate. The formation of lipid molecules from a molecule of glycerol and 3 molecules
Furious! He was absolutely lipid.
of fatty acids.
I wrote down lipid molecules. What else did you say there?
From a molecule of glycerol and 3 molecules of fatty acids.
Fatty acids. Fatty acid. Beep boop. Beep boo. Yep.
The use of glucose and nitrate ions to form amino acids, which in turn are used to synthesize proteins.
You love amino acid.
Somewhat.
Glucose and nitrates, did you say that was?
Nitrate ions, yes.
Nitrates, ions, they have a charge to make amino acids, which in turn makes everyone's favourite chicken sound effect, proteins! Bukak, 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 bukak. It's a you edit, so I thought I'd just do that for you, Ron.
Yeah, I won't do it. Respiration.
Know that one, don't we, buddy?
Yeah, what's that one? Tell us about it. Rattle it off.
Oxygen in equals glucose and carbon dioxide. Please? I did think hard.
Does that make any sense?
Yes.
We breathe in oxygen and we make sugar and carbon dioxide out of it.
Yes. No, we take in sugar and oxygen and then we breathe out carbon dioxide and water. Yeah, sorry, I just misspoke.
Yeah. But you did think. And then
Technically, we could make glucose inside ourselves.
How?
Drinking water and eating carbon and breathing in. And those are the constituent parts of glucose. So we could put those together and make glucose.
Well, we don't really have the processes for that. Because
We
how's
don't.
glucose made? How's glucose made?
We don't have the
How's
processes.
glucose made?
Ron,
How's glucose made?
shut
you know
up for a
this.
second.
You know this. You
Shut
know
up for a
this. You
second,
know
though.
this. You know
Shut
this.
up for a second,
You know this.
though.
You know this.
We don't have the processes, but from a formulaic point of view, we could.
But what are we missing? How's glucose made?
Fermentation.
Is it?
No, it's what's the one? Photosynthesis.
Yeah, so you need that energy from the sun because obviously glucose is a high energy molecule. It's
Yeah,
sugar.
but agree with me for a second that from a formulaic perspective, we could.
You're saying formulaic, like it
Yeah,
kind of
from a
is
things written down, like when you say look at the constituent parts and work it out, that could balance.
Yes.
Thank
you.
you.
We intake hydrogen, oxygen and carbon.
Thank you.
And then the last one, breakdown of excess proteins to form urea for excretion. How do we get rid of urea?
Piss it.
In your urine.
Break down
My
proteins.
crumpet's got no holes in it. Well, turn it over.
Break down proteins to make urea.
Excess proteins, yeah.
Okay.
And
Love that,
that's metabolism.
I had a lovely day. I'm so glad I was a beacon of positivity for the entire lesson.
Yeah, that was a nice one. I suppose we probably don't want to get. We'll save homeostasis for the next episode, I reckon. Then we can dive into a fresh 4.5.
Was that the precursor to Neanderthal?
Homeostasis?
Yeah.
No, weren't they?
That was
didn't they
after
go up
Homo
against?
erectus, homeostasis just stayed still.
No, they're a band from Manchester that went up against Homeo Blur.
I don't get that one.
Well, don't worry about it.
Okay, I hope everybody at home laughed loads. Sorry I couldn't provide the in-studio laugh.
That's okay.
Haha. Wicked. See you for the quiz. I can hear music. Is it coming from my house or your house?
Oh, there's people playing music in my house.
Ooh, fancy musical quiz.
Jazzy.
Jazzy. Jazzy Jeff and the Science Sets.
Laura, can you remember what we were covering?
Metabolism.
Indeed, yeah. We've got a 5
Eagle-eared
question.
listeners will have heard the page turning in my notebook.
Eagle-eared listeners as well will hear how much better my voice is only days later.
Yeah. No, don't say only days
Yeah.
later. Say like 3 weeks later, and then you'd be really impressed with how much of metabolism I remember.
We'll see. So it's a 5-question quiz.
It's a 5. It's a big 5. 1,
Out of 5
2,
points.
3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6,
Laura,
7, 8,
Laura.
9, 10. Then I let it go again.
Laura,
Which finger did it bite? No. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. And you say, which finger did it bite? Oh, this little finger on my right. Do you remember that song, Ron?
so Laura,
Ron,
first question.
Ron, party with me. Party with the fishes. Fish party. Fish piety. Fish piety. Monkfish. Oh, that is a fish.
You don't need me. I'm going to go. Laura, question number 1.
Yes.
Do your breaths get bigger or smaller when you exercise?
Smaller.
Wrong.
No.
0 marks.
Correct. Ding.
Question number 2. Do your breaths get bigger or smaller when you exercise?
Smaller, but more of them. Ding.
0 marks again for that one. Okay, question number 3.
Ding.
Do your
Smaller.
breaths get bigger or smaller when you exercise?
Ding. I'll take smaller, please, Alex.
Then that is wrong again. Alright, question number 4.
Smaller.
Do your breaths get bigger or smaller when you exercise?
Mine personally, smaller, Ron. Much smaller. Smaller, shallower,
No.
shorter. Smaller,
They get
shallower,
bigger.
shorter, shafter.
Question number 5. What is metabolism?
It is the sum of all the reactions happening in your body.
It is 1 out of 5 marks.
Nah, I got them all, mate.
No, you're a dumbins.
You're a dumbins. You're stupid.
Dumbins.
You're stupid.
You're a dumbins.
You're a dumbins.
You're dumbins.
You're a stupid piece of mouldy
You're
ham.
dumbins.
You're a fucked up sandwich made of broccoli. 2 bits of
But
broccoli.
you apparently get on a treadmill and then just hyperventilate yourself off.
Everybody does.
No, they don't.
Nobody's going
Do
to
you think Mo Farah is... No, they're going...
That's what you do when you've finished running, when you're trying to get your breath back. That's not what you can do while you're running.
Yes, I can. Everyone can.
You're going
Do you
in the
think
red.
Mo Farah
You're going in the
is
red.
going...
Yeah. When he's learning to run,
Then you're a fucking dumbins.
you're a dumbins. You're silly. You're very silly. Is that it? Is that the end of the quiz?
Yeah,
Oh,
1 out of
full
5
marks.
marks.
Full-
1 out of 5 marks.
Full fucking marks.
1 out of 5 marks.
Full.
1 out of
Full.
5.
5 out of 5. I still agree with myself on everything I said in that episode, Ron.
Insane.
You're insane.
No, you're a broken person. That's
I want
not
to
how
know
things
everybody's
work.
thoughts about running.
Yeah.
When you're exercising, who is taking deeper breaths? Hands up,
You're
it's no
taking
one.
deeper, faster breaths.
No, Ron.
Everyone
Shallower,
is.
faster breaths.
No, you're stupid.
You're stupid, and your lungs are backwards, and you are about to get showered with shit. Everybody agreed with me last week about that you should do the maths to find out the answers to things.
Yeah,
and
you know what though? Everyone can eat my ass. I'm gonna do as much prep as I've done before, and the more Discord messages you send me about it, the less likely I am to do it.
yeah, well, you will become a hated little boy of the podcast, while I am the glorious Queen Princess. And guess what? This week, everybody's going to be like, Ron is a fucking dunce mud baby because he can't stop talking shit about breathing.
No. If
Yes.
anything, people are going to be like, well, I can't take deeper breaths when I'm running, but Ron can. He must be an evolved human being. Why is he
What? And they
still
wrote the
so
science
pudgy?
syllabus based on you? No, Ron.
No, because they wrote it based on everyone. I'm really sorry. Not even in a mean way. You are just wrong on this one.
Not even in a mean way. I'm not.
In a mean way,
What's
you're a
shallow
dumbins.
breathing for then? When do you shallow breathe? When you're calm?
Nobody shallow breathes. That's not a thing.
It is a thing. Shallow breathing. That's a thing.
Yeah, but when you're just relaxed, when you're not exercising, when you don't need
When
that
you
much
relax, that's your
oxygen.
deepest breaths.
No, you know,
Yes,
you
like when you're
are
doing
so
yoga.
stupid.
You're so stupid. You're so stupid, man.
Yoga's a type of exercise, you dumbins.
No,
what
it
are you
isn't.
talking about?
Yoga's
Why-
not exercise. It's just posing about.
No, you're so wrong.
You're wrong. Wrong. So there you
Oh,
go.
fucking bone to pick with you. Why have you been having chats with Mum about the fact that my name is Ron, and why is she messaging me about it?
Okay, because she was showing Child of the Podcast photos and referring to you as Uncle Cameron. And then Tom said Uncle Ron, because obviously she doesn't know what Uncle Cameron means. She
Yeah,
knows you as Uncle
course she
Ron.
doesn't.
So Tom said Uncle Ron. Mum then corrected this to Uncle Cameron. And Tom went, she doesn't know him as Cameron, she knows him as Ron. Well, he's called Cameron, said Mum. And Tom and I said, well, he asks to go by Ron. He goes by Ron. And then Mum said, no, Cameron is the name I gave him. That is his name. And I said, I just think it is the basic level of respect you can pay a person to call them by what they've asked to be called. And then she said, he doesn't have a problem with me calling him Cameron. And I said nothing back to that. But clearly it's got under her skin. Why? What she said to you?
She was just messaging me about it. It's like, you don't mind, do you? And then I had to be like, well, you know what, Mum? Like, a lot of people do still call me Cameron, but it's not the name I've chosen for myself. I do prefer Ron, but, you know, it doesn't, you know, it's not causing me 2d6 psychic damage. Everyone calls me Cameron. It's not like I'm getting dead named or something. It's fine. And then she was a bit like, oh, and then, you know, she played it off in the next message where she was like, oh, well, sorry, you hate your name. And I was just like, oh. And then I was talking to Dad about it earlier, and it's just like, but she doesn't even go by the name she was given when she was christened. It makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
That was all I said, and it literally came from just making sure Child of the Podcast knew what the hell she was being shown, because she was just, like, confused.
Anywho, Rusty Sugar. Rusty Sugar has been living on the bayou.
That's one of my favourite bits we've done in a while. I enjoyed
Yeah,
the
I really
Rusty
enjoyed
Sugar
Rusty
bit.
Sugar. Yeah.
So, hey, look, 101 patrons. We only need, like, 5 more for that, I think.
Can I...
We're very close to the 100
Can I raise
threshold.
something that we discussed briefly in the episode on
Yeah.
that? Because at 100, we're going to start doing 2 episodes a month. Good for everybody. Why do we then have to get to 101 to do Rusty Sugar? Why can't that just be one of the 2 a month?
I just want everything to have its own platform.
Right, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, fireworks.
Next order of business.
Did you hear those fireworks, Ron?
Yeah, it didn't sound particularly exciting over the microphone, to be honest.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Next order of business is the register. I'm overruling you on the register today, Ron.
Why? I've spent so much time and energy preparing a lovely register.
Well, suck it up your kissed butt, because I would like to do a single thank you to Rebecca.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Don't eat during Rebecca's thank you, please. Rebecca,
But it's a chicken doner with chip.
you shouldn't be eating meat. Rebecca is getting her own special thank you for being the person who has brought the most people to Lexx Education. Rebecca is basically our recruitment department, and
She's brought one person.
2 people, Ron. 2. She brought her sister and another guy.
You're a fucking legend, Rebecca.
How many other people have recruited 2? Not just listeners, Ron, but patrons. How many other people?
If I hang around afterwards, I'll buy you, not the guests, I'm not made of money. It's only £3 a month on the Patreon.
Of which we get £2.40, thanks to Patreon's
I've not seen
cut.
a bloody cent of.
Well, you won't give me your bank details, you creep.
Can I have some money? Can I give you my bank details?
I have been asking you for your bank details
I'm
like
so
once a
skint.
month.
I'd love some money.
Then give me your freaking bank details.
I'm going to do it now.
Can you at least wait till we stop recording?
Yeah. Anywho, Becca, not your mates, don't know them, they didn't bring anyone, but you, I will buy you a drink up to and including double shot mixer.
At the London Podcast Festival on the 16th of September at 2 p.m?
With the caveat, if I stick around afterwards.
What do you mean if? Where are you going?
I just want to be at home for a bit.
Oh, what, you're just going to say the last word and then run off the stage and go home?
Potentially. My life is quite fragile at the moment.
It's fine. Grow up. Okay, listeners, thank you very much for listening. You're wonderful, and looking forward to some breathing chat.
Long intro and outro this week. That's good.
Say class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Are you eating, though?
Yep.
So, not ready, then. No.
All right. I've swallowed.